Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Dylan Wealth by Option. So, in today's video, I'm gonna tell you something which is very important. This skill is extremely important if you want to make sure that you are on the right track to financial freedom. So, before we start, I'm just gonna tell you the results of my trade for the past 13 weeks. So 13 weeks is basically 3 months and 1 week, right? And so I've made a total profit of $1,409.57. So using back I'm gonna convert by multiplying 4.25 to Malaysian ringgit, and this is what I've gotten, 5,990 ringgit. Okay, so this is all in a matter of 13 weeks. Okay, so what did I do in order to get this kind of profit? So I'm not gonna use a lot of what many people say, some investment tactic, right? I have no scam tactics to bring to you. But what I'm gonna tell you is this: if you learn the skill to sell options, okay, you can use it to make a living for yourself. Okay, so this is a skill that I use. I sell option. So the instrument that I use to sell option is stock. Okay, I sell option on the Apple stock. Okay, so this is what made me a profit of 5,990 ringgit. Okay, so this is not the exact calculation, but the calculation is about 6%. Okay, so I'll be revising the calculation later, but if you annualize this 6%, in a matter of 3 months, right? 3 months, I made 6%. If you annualize it, it's actually 24%. Okay, I'm just telling you the lower figure. So it's not exactly 6%. It's probably 6.2, 6.3 and whatnot. But I'm just saying it on top of my head. Okay, so this is a very valuable skill, very life-changing. You need to learn this skill as soon as possible. And I'm gonna give you the free blueprint in order to achieve this. In order to learn this skill, so you can make money on your own. You don't need to go for classes. Okay, just watch my video. Okay, so in this part of the video, right, we are talking about concepts. So the concepts of how selling option can happen whenever you go into an options trade. Okay, so just now I told you the example. I sold puts on Apple. You can have a few type of option. Actually, there are only two, puts and calls, but I'm gonna write it down on a paper so that we can all internalize what's gonna happen when you sell an option. So first of all, when you sell an option, right, options, okay, so we are at the sell side. Okay, so definitely do not buy. Okay, we're gonna sell option, we are not gonna buy option for this example, right? So option, there are two ways that you can sell the option. So the first option that you're going to sell is put option. The second option that you're going to sell is call option. So in my example, I'm going to use put option, right? So I sold puts on Apple stock. Okay, so now let's discuss about the first thing that you need to understand here. Okay, so when you sell put and when you sell call, you have a different thing that is called collateral. Okay, so collateral is basically what you need to come up with in order to make this trade happen. Okay, so when you sell put, the collateral needed when you sell put is actually the cash for 100 shares. So this is your initial capital. Okay, collateral for sell call is that you need 100 shares. Okay, so instead of cash, you need 100 shares if you are selling call. Okay, if you sell put, you need cash for 100 shares. Okay, now this is the first part. Okay, now let's talk about the second part. So when you want to sell put, you need to have a strike price. So strike price is STRIKE, that strike. Okay, strike price. And in the call side is the same thing, strike price. Okay, so strike price is a price that you choose. Okay, you choose that you are gonna acquire the share. Okay, so now put side and call side, they work differently, right? If you are selling put, you are basically promising the broker that you will buy 100 shares. Okay, if it goes down to the strike price, Okay, for call option is different. When you sell a call option, you are promising the broker that you are gonna sell the 100 shares that you have to the broker if the stock price goes up to the strike price that you have chosen. Okay, so which means to say, if you are gonna sell a put, right, you are gonna choose a price, a strike price, which is lower than today's stock price. Okay, but if you're selling a call, you're gonna choose a strike price which is higher than today's price. Okay, I want you to remember this very properly. Okay, when you sell a put, you want to sell on a strike price which is lower than today's price. Okay, for example, let's give you an example. So Apple is at 230 today. Okay, so your put option, so you want to sell a put option at 220. Okay, this is correct. Okay, because this is lower than today's price. Today's price is 230. Okay, so that is the consideration that you have to do. It works otherwise when you are selling call. When you are selling call option, Apple price is at 230, so you got to sell your call option at 240 instead of 230. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now the second thing that we are going to talk about, okay, sorry, is number 3 already. So the third thing that we are going to talk about is the expiration date. I'm just gonna write exp date. Okay, so here is the same thing, expiration date. So expiration date for when you sell option is actually up to every week. Okay, every week's Friday is the expiration of the option. Okay, so if you name it, all the Magnificent 7 stocks, okay, they all have, because they are blessed with very high volume, okay, in their trades, so you can actually place these trades. You can actually have this Friday's expiry, next Friday's expiry, 2 weeks ago from now, 1 month ago, and even 1 year ago, and years after this. Okay, so this is very important because you are gonna set this expiration date. Okay, when you sell put or when you sell call, you need to do this. Okay, you need to choose a date. Okay, so let's give an example. Okay, so expiration date 15th of August, because this 15th of August is Friday. Okay, Friday. Okay, let's just write it down. Okay, so this is basically what you need to understand in a concept of selling option. So I'll tell you what happens exactly after you have you have completed all this requirement. So now let's revise. You have 3 things here. Okay, put and call. So the first thing is, when you sell put or when you sell call, you need to come up with a collateral. So when you sell put, you need a collateral of cash for 100 shares. If you sell call, you need 100 shares in your broker ready. Okay, so the second point is strike price. When we talk about strike price, when you sell put, you need to set a strike price lower than today's strike price. Today 230, you need to set 220. Call, today 230, you need to set 240. Expiration date, this Friday, next Friday, 2 weeks from now, 1 month from now, and so on. Okay, so what is the scenario? Okay, so what is the scenario when you have successfully sold an option, whether be it put or be it call option? So the first thing that happens when you sell put or call option is that you will get a credit. Okay, credit is CREDIT, as in credit card, that credit. Okay, so this is the income that you get when you sell an option successfully. Okay, so if I were to give you another example, let's say you sold a put on Apple stock, 220, okay, and expiration 15 August, this Friday, and you get rewarded $20 US. Okay, so that $20 US is the income that you get from selling that option. Okay, so on the topic of expiration, there are many things to explore for now, but I think for this introduction video, I'm gonna say all the options that I sold, all were successful because I have some management strategy that I've implemented, okay, which is I rolled my option. So it's very hard to explain to you in just one video. I'm gonna make a masterclass series video in the future, but for now, just know that all the options I sold, all the sold put options, they were all successful, and I get credited for the total amount of the net credit in US dollar that I have received. Okay, so I'll show you very quickly in my phone, in my broker app, all the transactions that went through, and you can see it for yourself. I made multiple transactions. I forgot how many transactions. Sometimes it was 1 week, sometimes it was for 2 weeks, but total it was the profit, $1,409.57. I'll see you in a bit on the next section. Hi everyone, welcome back. Now in this next section, I'm gonna show you exactly all the transactions that took place over these past 3 months. Okay, so first, on the screen recording, I'm gonna show you exactly what's happening on the other side. Okay, so I'm gonna use my broker app to show you the transactions. Okay, so at this point in time, I'm doing selling put on Palantir as well. Okay, the Palantir stock. Okay, but I'm doing it mainly to show you for the Apple side, right? Okay, so Apple side. I'm gonna navigate through a bit. Okay, so I found it. Okay, so it is not the Apple in the middle, it is actually this one. Okay, so if you see the transaction date, okay, middle of the screen, right, everybody, May 20th. Okay, so I started here, May 20th. So I'm going to click on the detail. Okay, so focus on the word. Okay, the limit price. Okay, limit price 139, filled amount right here. Okay, right now, middle of the screen, 139 US dollar for, and then cost is 3.03. Okay, so basically if you want to calculate on net profit, just take 139 filled amount minus total cost 3.03. so this is the first part of the transaction. Okay, so if you look at the second part, it says Apple calendar. Okay, but basically I'm doing the same thing. Okay, I'm selling put again, but the difference is I just close my position and I sell again, right? But after this, all the advanced concept, I'll explain it to you in the future videos. Okay, so look at this detail again. So this is the second transaction. Fill amount, look at it, 107, total cost 6.05. So minus to get the net profit. Okay, so the same thing goes for the third transaction. $155 fill amount, total cost 6.05. Okay, going to the next one again. Okay, $191, 6.05. Okay, I'll move quickly a little bit. 170 for this transaction, 6.05 for the fees. Okay, let's go to the next one. 95. Okay, this time it's 95 minus 6.05 for the fee. Next transaction is 309. So 309, it happens to be earnings week. Okay, when it's earnings week, the IV goes up. IV is also a little bit more advanced concept that I'll discuss in the future. But basically, when IV goes up, and then the premium, the credit that you get from selling option goes up as well. So 309 minus 6.05. Another Apple calendar, 97 US dollar minus 6.05. Okay, and it's refreshing. It's the latest page already. So this is the 135 US dollar. This one in the middle of the page, middle of the screen, 6.05 for the fee. So this contract ends at August 15. So I'm on track to earning the complete credit. I've collected all the credit from now up to 1,409 US dollar. So this is what happens when you sell it. Okay, just for a bonus, I can show you another one. If you want to sell put, right, I'll show you another section just to help you navigate through the broker, right? So of course you search for the stock, right? Okay, so I have this in my watch list. So what you can do is, first timer, if you are using this for the first time, what you can do is you click on the codes, the stock code. Okay, so you see overview, options, notes, blah blah blah. Go to the options. Okay, number 2. So when you go into the option chain, this is what we call an option chain. Okay, do not be intimidated. Actually, it's very simple to have a look. Okay, to see this, very simple. Okay, first of all, the left side of the screen, you're going to ignore everything there. Okay, you're going to look at put side, the red side of the screen. Okay, so if you look at August 15, August 22, right, you can choose whether you want to go for 1-day expiry or 8-day expiry, 15-day expiry, and so on. Okay, so let's just go for 8-day, for example. Okay, so when you are selling a put, right, when you're selling a put, remember today Apple is at 230, you're going to sell it at 220, right? So let's see, 220, let's scroll up. Okay, 220 is here. So sorry, I'm gonna click back and let you see again. Okay, 230 is in the middle of the screen right now. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll up. You see 220, tap on it. Okay, so after tapping on it, I pick on it, part, right? But doesn't matter, you just press sell first. Okay, so I'm gonna type my trading password in. Okay, and you will see now this is the screen that you are gonna okay, basically when you proceed through this, you'll be get a payment of 56 US dollar. Okay, so basically you can just go for limit or you can just go for market order. Just click on it and you just press sell order. Okay, just press sell order. But because I'm already doing selling put on Apple, so I'm not planning on committing another one. But that's how you can know that you can earn options income from doing this. Okay, so basically 56 US dollar will be in your pocket once you have committed to this trade. Okay, but one thing that will happen here, buy sell. Okay, so make sure you are at the sell side. The first thing that we have that we say all the time, you need to sell options instead of buying it. Okay, so remember, sell option, and then you place sell order, and congratulations, you'll be getting 56 US dollar. Of course, you have to minus some fees in the process, probably around 3 US dollar. I don't know, maybe around 2, 3, depends on your broker, right? But that's it. Congratulations, that's how you sell a put options. Okay, so guys, did you enjoy the video? For me, actually, there are many things that I did not mention in the video because specifically I just want you to understand the concept of option selling. Okay, the concept of selling put, okay, specifically for this video. So it's impossible for me to highlight everything in this short time of a video. Okay, in this short time frame, at least what I can do is to expose you to the concept of option selling and how you can collect weekly option, weekly premium from option, premium which means income, weekly income, monthly income, yearly income, and so on. You can choose. The best thing is this: you can choose to get paid at a frequency that you want. Okay, so this is one of the best thing about selling options. And just as a closure word, right? S&P 500 annually, it can make up to 9 to 10% profit. Okay, so basically I did not do the complete calculation for the 1,409 US dollar benchmark against my initial capital, but I'll put the calculation somewhere around the screen right here. Okay, but I said generally it's about 6, the performance that I did. So if you annualize it, it was over 3 months, I get 6%. If you annualize it, I can get 24%. So it is already 2.4x, 2.4 times better than the performance of the S&P 500 index. Okay, the only thing is that you have to do some active management. Okay, you have to monitor the position, and you will learn how to close that position if that position goes against your move. Okay, so basically that's it. I hope this video is very helpful for you if this is your first time listening to selling options and the concept that goes into it. Hey guys, if you enjoyed my video, please remember to like and share my video to people that you may see that it may help them in their future endeavor of learning how to sell options. I do this for a living. I sell options for a living, and I love to teach people about option selling in general. So if you like my video, please remember to subscribe to my channel, as I promise to bring more interesting content to you in the future when it pertains to option selling and wealth generation. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Peace. Bye.